This is not a Mont Blanc, by the way. This is just the service tube I got back. So, got that there. This one is a vest pen. It's a maybe Todd, New York. So this is the Swan self-filling pen, as the American version of the brand. This is celluloid. Nope. This is black chase hard rubber. The other Swan I have is celluloid. I don't keep this stored with most of my other pens because the off-gassing of hard rubber will attack the celluloid. Yeah. So this one's got a nice tight. Let's see if I can get focused there. There you go. See if I can get that polarized so I get some of the sheen off. There we go. A little bit of that glare off of there. But it's got a nice number 2 nib on there. So this one I would actually consider something more like a flex fine. But it's a beautiful little pen. Usually have to post it to write with it. Gotta see if I can get focus on it better. Okay, so that's about as close as I'm going to get. Nice little checker band with a little signature spot there. Yeah, I need to trim my nails, but hey, I find it's actually easier to do fountain pen restoration and repair if you got a little bit of nail, but it's not the most hygienic looking. So this one probably anywhere from about 1910 until maybe about 1918. It seems like the design changed a little after 1915 or so, and I think around 1915 is when the British version of the maybe Todd company started. So yeah, and I can tell it's usually a little vest pen, as you got the screw cap tightly along the top there, with the arrow giving you the direction that way. So yep, I'll wrap this up. Wiggle it back in here. So yeah, I like keeping that one stored away. The next one I have is a wall, number 2. I don't know if it has an actual model number, but I'm just going off the nib. There's a wall 2, and it is basically a semi-flex needle point. Got one of those nice pencil style clips on there. You can tell there's a little bit of wear on the end, but this is all gold plated. It's one of my favorite vintage pens. This should probably be about mid 1920s or so. I haven't seen too many with the hard rubber grip on top of the plating, but then again, I don't really buy much of these. This one I got by chance from a seller over in Britain. But I do like the almost like a chevron style. Then following behind that is going to be my British maybe Todd Swan. This is a 205/60. The 60 denotes that it is black chase celluloid. So this is not a hard rubber pen. And this has a Swan. Let me see if I read it right there. Yep, a 14 karat Swan number 2. The ink I had in this previously was Pelican's smoky quartz ink of the year. But this is one of my more comfortable ones that I'm not as afraid to take out. the Swan M2 on the barrel there. But I just really like the look of the Swans. Following behind that be my 1951 Pelican 400 NN. The difference between the 400, 400N, and NN is basically how long the barrel is, and I have the older style tapering. The 400 is going to be much flatter, which is similar to the modern Pelicans, whereas the more ends you add, the older the style gets. So while this is made in the 1950s, the style is closer to that of the 1930s. Got a transparent barrel in between the green stripes, as you can probably see there. And this is basically a semi-flux extra fine point on this one. And what I like about this one is that the nib, see if I can get it out there, has a collar on it that is actually hard rubber. So normally it would be either steel or a clear plastic that's kind of brittle, but this one has a hard rubber collar on the nib unit, which actually makes it a little nicer for something like some of the more friendlier iron gall inks like R&K, Salix, or Scabiosa. And you know, this one I got along with my Pelican 140 from Penalusa.com. He's I forget it, I can't pronounce his name, but he's over in Portugal. Just think of the domain name PinolUSA.com and you'll pretty much get it. But I like dealing with him for things like some of the older Pelicans and Mont Blancs and so forth. You know, working with him has been pretty good. The next three are from 1960s and 1970s. The oldest of the bunch is probably going to be this Pilot Super 250. The pen made in 1964 according to the date code, and the Falcon nib on there is from 1968, so the nib itself is not original to the pen, but I really like the Falcon nib. It's very similar to the modern FA nib, so it's got a very good spring to it, very easy to flux. It's also got a quarter turn filler. So basically just kind of flip that up and that compresses the sack. And we release it, releases the sack. But you can see right now I got a new latex sack tacked in here. The previous sack ruptured not that long ago. Had some Waterman South Seas blue in there. Must have lined something with the latex sack and kind of chemically ruptured it, but I got it all fixed up again and it's ready to go. Slip that back in here. This is probably my favorite pen for an everyday carry. So I put you aside, and then this one is my my Mont Blanc. And it should actually say on the side here. Yeah, Mont Blanc 225. And this is a piston filler. And it's got a nice platinum coated nib, 14 karat gold platinum coated. This one's I actually been trying to sell for a while. I mean, got a couple little cracks in the view window there, but they're not connected to the ink reservoir, which I have disassembled and cleaned out, and you know, got a nice smooth action there. The only thing I wish it had though was the tail jewel, which you can see is missing from there. But other than that, this is probably my smoothest extra fine nib. Very tight point, very good click on it too. And this one feels really nice. This is my Parker 75, all sterling silver. Got a number 63 extra fine nib on there. And I even got a little red cap ever sharp converter. So it's kind of a fun pen to have. It takes forever to flush out, but it's similar to like a Parker 51. The feed just holds a lot of ink. This is probably my most comfortable modern pen. An Aurora Africa limited edition. This one being number 1765 out of 7,500, so not quite that limited. Part of the continent series, so each series of the continent is supposed to represent a different continent naturally. This one has a 18 karat gold medium nib according to the feed, but when I look at it under the loupe, it's been professionally ground to an extra fine point. I really like the comfort of this. I imagine if I got a Aurora Optima, that I would find that very comfortable as well. I just want to have all this embellishment on it. But the celluloid is very nice. So, before I run out of too much time, I'll show you some of my inked ones real quick. I have the Pelican M640 Mount Everest with a 18 karat gold medium nib. This one's currently filled with Waterman South Sea Blue. I also have a Pelican 140, 1950s export model, filled with Mont Blanc Irish Green, and this has a 14 karat gold broad cursive italic that's a semi-flux as well. And I have Lamy 2000. A lot of people know that one. That's like 14 karat gold rhodium plated extra fine. Currently filled with Noodler's X Feather, my favorite black. And the other inked one, aside from that platinum puppy I mentioned earlier, is this the Dano Trio May West, or what's now called the Hyoten shape, with the Urushi lacquer. It's in the recession lacquer, so basically it means that it's rubbed on instead of painted. So it's been burnished a lot, so it has a sort of a matte look. And it has a 18 karat gold Zero made T-nib, which is pretty stiff and it's a factory stub. And I have Emerald of Chabot in there with a long Waterman cartridge. I found out the long Waterman cartridge works very well in this pen. I'm not sure why, but it just does. And Emerald of Chabot looks real nice with that factory stub. So, let's see. I think that's all of them, other than my only other Lamy, which is Alstar in charcoal black with the extra fine nib. But yeah, so that's 15 minutes of showing off my fountain pens for you. Oh, and it's the leather case I keep in one of them. The only other cases I have are some Notco cases, which are pretty nice. I want to get a couple more brass towns. They make good storage. And that's it. I don't want to go too long into the 16-minute mark, so I'll sign off now.